Well, tonight is first base theme night. We will look at all aspects of first base, and Will Myers, the Padres all-star first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, a 7-time all-star first baseman. It's game 2 of a 3-game series as we look at first base tonight. It's the Tigers and Padres in the middle game of this 3-game series. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. We talk a lot about first base because there's a lot of action over at first base, and we'll see a lot tonight. We'll also delve into it, and it's a fun position.
Everybody talks about being strong up the middle, but I tell you what, there's a lot of infielders through the course of baseball that say, thank you very much for the great glove over at first base. Why? A good first baseman will save a lot of errors for their second baseman, shortstop, and their third baseman. It's just not throwing on a glove and taking throws from your infielders. Moving to your left, moving to your right, going to the outfield for the short fly balls. There's a lot of room over there to roam. We're going to delve into that tonight, but what else is also interesting, Hall of Fame, only 23 first basemen in the Hall of Fame.
Well, who is our first baseman? It's Will Myers. We'll delve into it more when we come back here to Petco Park. First base night. Let's get to know our hometown first baseman up close.
I'm Will Myers, and I'm the first baseman for the San Diego Padres.
To his left, the throw is going to be close, and they got him.
One thing I take a ton of pride in is my picking.
Darno from his knees throws to first, and Myers able to pick it for the out. What a play.
The other day, I know Chase made a nice play in D.C.
Diving it short is Darno.
I feel like I should make every single pick regardless of where it is.
Nice pick by Myers, one down.
And that's what I take a lot of pride in, knowing that my infielders trust that just get the ball over there and I'll come down with it.
What a stretch by Myers.
If I'm in a division with some really, really good first basemen.
Oh, Goldie takes a base hit away.
One guy that I really enjoy watching on all aspects of the game is Adrian Gonzalez.
He's able to flip it to Urias.
I've obviously been playing first base a lot longer than I have, so it's good to get that perspective from a guy who's played there for a long time.
The Gonzalez smothers to his feet to feed McCarthy.
I love when there's a pop fly that goes in foul territory. You know, it's one of my favorite things.
Basket style over the shoulder for Will Myers.
Last year, I came in second in the Gold Glove. That's something that I didn't expect in my first year.
Glove by Myers, back to Jackson.
For me, that's actually been the thing that pushed me to get better, is the pride I take in playing first base.
And Myers dug it out at first base.
Yeah, I definitely want to win a Gold Glove there. I really feel like that I have the tools to win a Gold Glove there, so I'm constantly working to get there.
Myers going to third. He'll get it there. Back to first. Double play. That was outstanding.
Batters away from me. Oh, it's the First Base Show, starring yours truly. Coming up next.
Will Myers about to take his position at first base tonight as the Padres and Detroit Tigers get ready here for Game 2 of the 3-game series, and in their home whites tonight as the Padres back home after a nice victory last night in Game 1 of the series, a 1-0 victory.
I thought I knew Mr. First Base really well, but I just got to know him a little bit better.
Yes.
Seems like a cool guy.
Absolutely, and he has worked extremely hard at first base, and one of the game's best on the other side for the Tigers in Miguel Cabrera. Well, we'll check out the starting lineup for former Padre Brad Ausmus, as tonight it is Ian Kinsler leading it off for him at second base. Alex Sevilla does the catching, bat second, with Miguel Cabrera at first base. J.D. Martinez in right field. It is Justin Upton, speaking of former Padres, he is in left field. Nicholas Castellanos, who was not in the starting lineup last night, came in to pinch hit. He's back in the starting lineup tonight. And at third base, Andrew Romine in center field. Bats seventh, Jose Iglesias. Bats eighth, and Anibal Sanchez out of the 9th spot. And they'll all be dealing with Dinelson Lamet, who's on the mound tonight for San Diego.
The 24-year-old making his 6th start. The 4-seamer, the slider, changeup, and 2-seamer. Strike one is so key, and breaking balls for strikes. And I tell you what, if he can have a complete repeat performance, what he did last time, 6 innings, 12 strikeouts, I think everybody in Padre land would be quite happy with an outing like that again.
Well, Ian Kinsler about to lead it off here for Detroit. A veteran second baseman who hits a .251 coming in. 8 homers, 19 runs batted in. This Tigers team spiraling right now. They have lost 7 straight games heading into tonight's action. They were swept by the Mariners before they got here, and they dropped game 1. And there is strike one to begin the night for Lamet. So it has really been a tough trip. They are 2-8. Game left here tomorrow. We'll play day baseball in the finale of the series.
They've been outscored. They've been doubled up 40-20 during that 7-game losing streak. They're the type of team that has stud players in that lineup. Gene Lamont on the left. Was that Rich Doobie?
That is Rich Doobie.
Rich Doobie, the pitching coach, next to Brad Ausmus. Or Gene Lamont, the all-around baseball guy for a long, long time, the bench coach for the Tigers.
Of course, Rich Doobie, the longtime Philadelphia Phillies pitching coach.
Another good one right there.
That's tough to figure out, because you're right, they do have a very good roster. You got some all-star players, MVP caliber players. Reaching out as Kinsler to pop this up on the left side of the infield. It is Spangenberg makes the catch for the first out. Let's check out the defense behind Lamet tonight, brought to you by our San Diego County Ford dealers. Left to right, it is Perella in left, Cordero in center, Renfro in right. Third to first, Spangenberg, Cordoba, Azuaje, and Will Myers, who will feature tonight. 630 putouts. That's most by Major League first baseman Austin Hedges doing the catching for Dinelson Lamet. All of those putouts at first base for Will Myers, and you think about it, I guess it's because of all the ground balls that the pitching staff induces, which is a considerable amount.
Clayton Richard, Luis Perdomo, kings of the ground balls, you bet.
Alex Avila starting again tonight behind the dish, and that's second for the Tigers. Thirty-year-old veteran catcher takes the high strike at 96 from Lamet.
You know, Don, when I think of first baseman, the guys that I really like to appreciate are the guys that made it look easy. They were smooth. They weren't robotic. Like a JT Snow, a Wally Joyner, a Keith Hernandez. We're going to get into that deeper tonight, but those are the guys that are really fun to watch. Working magic with that glove.
Fly ball struck pretty well to deep center field. Franchi Cordero going back onto the edge of the track to make the catch. He plays his shallow center field because he can get back, and he did get back all the way back towards the 396 marker out there in right center for out number 2.
Four-seam fastball. I'll tell you what, Avila got to it. It was on the inner half of the plate, in just a little bit too much and underneath just a little bit too much, and you got speed out there in Cordero. Pulls the cord, the parachute, and camps.
So 2 down here in the first inning, and it brings up Miguel Cabrera. 267 with 8 home runs, 34 runs batted in for the Tigers first baseman.
A lot of the balls that he has hit, especially in the air to the outfield, have been opposite way. Center field, right center field.
Most RBIs since 1986. This is driven a long way towards deep right center field. Again, back goes Cordero. Again, it's to the edge of the track, but he's there to make the catch. A 1-2-3 first for Lamet. Padres are coming up. Brought to you by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. By Petco, where the pets go. By Honda, great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer. And by Sycuan Casino, sign up for the Padres Club card today. That was our first base theme game here tonight, and we'll be looking a lot at first baseman, not only here with Will Myers, but across Major League Baseball. What makes a good first baseman? We will find out tonight. By the end of tonight, you will know what makes a good first baseman.
And then some.
Jose Perella leading it off here in the bottom of the first inning. Perella coming in, hitting at .328. 3 homers, 9 runs batted in, but leading off most of the time for the Padres. And it's coming up from El Paso as he goes lunging after that pitch. Padres lineup brought to you by Toyota. There's Perella at the top. We'll see Carlos Asuaje at second base. Will Myers at first. Hunter Renfroe in right. Corey Spangenberg at third. Austin Hedges doing the catching with Franchi Cordero in center field, already busy. Alan Cordoba at short, and Nelson Lamet doing the pitching and batting ninth. Perella cranks it foul on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Anibal Sanchez. Time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. Another beautiful night in San Diego. 67 degrees. Breeze at 11 miles per hour northwest, and partly cloudy the forecast the remainder of the night. Anibal Sanchez on the mound tonight for the Tigers. 13th appearance, second start of the year for the right-hander. Chasing after that goes Perella.
Well, he finishes off Perella with the changeup.
Oh, look at the scouting report for Sanchez.
He throws all 4 pitches. We just saw the changeup there. He allows a lot of base runners, though. In 26 innings pitched going into this game, he has allowed 78 base runners. As you mentioned, Donald, this is his second start. Coming out of the bullpen. Nice, easy, fluid delivery. High 80s, low 90s on the fastball. He's had one heck of a career. He's into his 11th Major League season. 11 years of service. He's got a no-hitter under his belt back in 06, an ERA title in 13. I'd say that's a heck of a career.
Well, Zwahe starting for the second straight night at second base. In the absence of Yangervis Solarte on the DL for the Padres. And Zwahe coming up from AAA El Paso. 0 for 5 so far this year in 2 stints with the Padres. Anibal Sanchez making his second start after replacing Buck Farmer, who's demoted to the minor leagues in the rotation.
Buck Farmer sounds like a country western singer.
Yeah.
He played both
I don't think he
here.
is, though. I think he's a pitcher. And he was in the Tigers rotation. This is lined to right on the move as Martinez is going to be by him to the track of the wall. Zwahe heading for second base, and he'll get there with a double. First hit of the year in the majors for Zwahe.
Well, his teammates like it. How about Zwahe turning on this pitch? Is it off speed? It's a four-seamer up in the zone, belt buckle high. It's just a matter of that ball rattling around in that right field corner. How far will Zwahe go? Clean carom for J.D. Martinez. Yo, bartender, give me a double. Austin Hedges wants one too.
So a one-out runner at second base brings up Will Myers. Be nice for Will to have a big night tonight on first baseman night here on Fox Sports San Diego.
That would be nice. It'd be appropriate.
Be timely, on cue. 260 average, 14 homers, 37 runs batted in. And at night's end, you'll know how much pride that Will Myers takes in his craft at first base, how hard he has worked in becoming a good first baseman.
You know why? I think it's also cool if you're a first baseman, you get to use a cool glove.
A big one.
I remember in Little League, Tom Leach was my teammate. He played first base. His dad must have had money because he came to practice one day with a brand new Wilson A2000 first baseman's glove. In Little League, you never saw kids in Little League with a first baseman's glove.
Tommy Leach did. Jam job here, a little pop-up down the first base line, and Cabrera, the first baseman, will make the catch for out number 2. Ended up being in foul ground, as it turns out. Let's look at the Tigers defensively behind Anibal Sanchez. It is Justin Upton at left, Andrew Romine at center, J.D. Martinez in right, Nicholas Castellanos at third base, Jose Iglesias at short with Ian Kinsler at second. Miguel Cabrera just made that catch. One error in 470 2/3 innings at first base for Miguel Cabrera. And Alex Avila does the catching for Sanchez. 2 down is Zwahe at second base, and here is Hunter Renfroe. Did Tommy Leach max out in Little League, or did he go on?
No, he played little in high school, but that's where he kind of peaked. Yeah, not much more after high school for Tommy Leach. Good guy, though. One thing I've noticed from Sanchez, pretty straight fastball. Zwahe got one, double. First pitch of this at bat was a four-seam fastball, very, very straight to Hunter Renfroe. Boy, if the Padre hitters get a mistake in that hitting zone, they could do some damage, it looks like, because he's not overpowering by any means.
Gave up 2 runs in 5 innings, got a no decision. The Tigers 6-2 loss to the Mariners on Monday, and Renfroe did not go. Check with Bruce Dreckman, first base umpire.
Well, some of the strengths, one of them in particular, get hitters to chase the changeup 33% of the time. Weakness, ineffective fastball. And I just mentioned it. It's straight, not overpowering. Hitting into 326 clip. And then the rest of the tools in that toolbox.
Renfroe grounds it foul just beyond the dugout for the Tigers. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Okay, I went really simple today because our producer Jason Lewis said kind of incorporate first. This is the first base show. Score first. How do you like that? Is that
stuff.
digging deep?
Yeah.
And if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Wow. You managed to get first in twice.
Yes.
Good job.
See where I'm going there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fly ball, shallow right. Out goes the second baseman, Kinsler. Here comes Martinez. Look out. And it's Martinez who makes the catch to end the inning. Padres leave us Wahe at second. We're scoreless.
Which I like a lot. It kind of speeds the game up for you, makes the game quicker and more fun, so I really enjoy it. But there is a lot that goes on. You know, when the ball's put in play, a lot of times in the outfield, you can kind of just watch the play. At first base, there's always somewhere to be. So it's there's a lot that goes on to it, but I really enjoy it. I really like being active over there. It keeps me in the game more, and I really enjoy it.
Our look into first base tonight, and there is a lot going on. I would think that you'd be very busy over there at first base.
Always moving. Extra base hit to the left side. You're the trailer. You're working a cutoff when there's a play at the plate most of the time. Covering bunts, going forward, coming back, throwing to bases. There's a lot going on over there.
J.D. Martinez with a swing and a miss, and we will hear from Mark McGwire tonight as well as part of our look into first base. He was a very good first base, made himself into a good first baseman. Took a lot of pride in his defense.
Did you ever play first base in like Little League or
never?
Or did they use you as first base?
Not even a day did
Really?
I play first base. No. Because I really couldn't pick it, which is part of being a first baseman.
Yes. You know, you bring up a good point. It's fun to watch Will Myers work at his craft. When before batting practice, Glenn Hoffman will be on the third base side near home plate, and he'll be hitting fungos. He'll go out to shortstop, third base, and hit fungos, like the ball in the dirt and stuff like that, just so first baseman Will Myers can get a look at how to react and how to pick certain baseballs. The one way out in front of you, the short hop, the in-betweeners. It's really fun to watch.
Full count here to J.D. Martinez. Leads it off in the second inning. Martinez, Upton, and Castellanos scheduled to bat here in the inning for the Tigers. And foul back to the screen. And had a 1-2-3 first inning on 9 pitches. There is Justin Upton waiting on deck, former Padre. And his brother Melvin both playing here same time.
Yes.
swing and a miss, elevates the fastball at 95. First K of the night for Lamet.
Last time out, 12 strikeouts. Four-seamer up above the belt. Boy, tough to really get on top of that one when you're bringing the smoke, bringing the heat, bringing the cheese.
One down here in the second inning brings up Justin Upton. 14 home runs for Upton on the year. .267 average. Just shy of 50 RBIs with 49 on the year. What do you remember from Upton's time here with the Padres?
Always a threat. You know, the swings and misses are there.
Yeah.
The strikeouts were there. But he was the type of player to where nobody on base and multiple runners on base, you know there was always a chance for action. And I tell you what, there are sounds off bats of certain guys. And Justin's swing, the one thing when I think Justin, it's short and quick to the baseball. Getting to a pitch on the inside part of the plate. And that crack, that sound. He came up with some big hits as a Padre. Still looks like he's, you know, only a couple of years in the league, right?
Yeah.
Great shape.
Yes, indeed. And that has fallen behind here 3-1 with one out in the second inning. Fly ball headed out towards center field. Cordero going back onto the track, front of the wall to make the catch. A few long flyouts here early in this ball game, but two down here in the second, and 5 in a row retired by Lamet. Little help from his friend Franchi Cordero out there in center.
And you know what? It looks like maybe a little bit towards the end of the bat. Underneath it, just a little bit too much. And Franchi plays this one nicely. He goes all the way back to the wall, feels for the wall, and then comes back in. Easier to come in on that baseball. Went to the farthest part at the wall to haul it in.
So two down here in the second inning. Nicholas Castellanos. A little bit of a back problem. Kept him out of the lineup last night, although he did come in to pinch hit in last night's game. And kind of stretching it out right now. His first at bat of the night. And .234 average, 8 homers, 37 runs batted in. Lower back tightness, the reason that he did not start last night's game. And he'll foul this one off to the right out of play.
Lamet is pummeling the zone. He's going right after these Tiger hitters.
It's 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 2 for Lamet. He's retired the first 6. Scoreless from San Diego. And he threw out the first pitch, the first-round draft choice for the San Diego Padres here at the ballpark tonight, throwing out the first pitch. And he is now here with us. I know you've thrown a lot of balls towards home plate, but this is a little bit different here, this first pitch bit.
Oh, yeah. I was pretty nervous, to be honest.
Well, congratulations, first of all, on being the first-round pick. What has it been like for you ever since? Well, first, let's go back to the draft. What was the draft like for you? What was that experience like?
It was awesome. You know, it was just me and my family at the house, and so we didn't have a big party or anything, but it was fun to celebrate with them.
Did you have a feel you were going to San Diego, or you didn't really know?
I mean, yeah, I had a little feeling, but I didn't really know, going in. So,
You know, Mackenzie, the one thing that sticks out for me, up until draft time, they're anticipating the top 5 picks, and you get to see a lot of video. I was really impressed with your changeup and your off-speed pitches. When did you start to really take control and master? We saw a changeup right there. When did you really start throwing that pitch?
Well, I've always been a pitch guy because I was smaller when I was young, and I had to pitch first, get people out. So, really, I've always been able to pitch, and the velocity just come as I got older and stronger.
Right.
Yep.
I thought that was very interesting, too, and not too many high school kids are going to say that.
Yep.
I'm going to learn how to pitch because right now everybody wants to light up the radar gun, right?
Yep.
Who have you met so far in the organization?
I met about everybody, I believe.
Name everybody right now. Tell me.
I can't do it.
No, I know you've been overwhelmed with a bunch of stuff. And how about your reaction from your buddies back home in high school? I mean, it's a treat for them, too, to have played with you and then have them being a #1 pick, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. They've been great. All support back home has been awesome.
Here's some numbers for you. I don't know if you're aware of these. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. We'll take a look at your junior and senior seasons. Not bad. Looks pretty good.
Not bad.
ERA's pretty good. I like the junior year.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen one like that before.
So it's actually 83 and a third.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's not quite as much as what they're giving you credit for there, but still.
But everything else was right. I didn't give up my first run until the state championship that year. So.
So what was it like when you were just dealing there in high school, like in between innings? Did your teammates poke fun at you? Hey, I'm out here in left field. I'd like a little action.
Yeah, those are times they did. Most of them were like, don't let them hit it to me.
But you're more than a pitcher, too. That's the other thing I was impressed with. When you weren't pitching.
Oh, nice catch. Jose Iglesias heading over there and making the grab as Iglesias leans into the first row. Robs Austin Hedges, and that's out number 2.
What do you think of this play, Mackenzie? They don't make plays like this in high school, do they?
That's pretty nice.
So other than pitching, when you didn't throw on the hill, what other positions did you like to play? Because you're one heck of an athlete, obviously.
Played a lot of center field and first base. To be honest, I really like going to get one in the outfield.
Really?
Yep, laying out in the grass.
You like to swing the bat, too?
Yeah.
Every pitcher does, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what is next for you? Have they let you know yet?
Yeah, I leave tomorrow and go to Arizona. So
you'll get to know Peoria then, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice and cool there right now.
That's what they say.
Now, where you grew up, a lot of humidity, obviously, right?
Yep.
So have you pitched in desert-like conditions at all?
I actually played in Arizona last summer, so I got a little taste of it.
Little number here, Sanchez, the first base for the out. Padres first-round draft choice, Mackenzie Gore. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
See you in the big leagues, big boy. Congratulations.
on the balls of your feet all times. You can't be standing. I mean, that if you watch a game today, how many people stand? It's like I couldn't stand. I hated standing. You have to be on the balls of your feet. That's like you have to be in an athletic position, like you're playing defense in basketball. Yeah. You're in an athletic position. Anytime you're in your heels, you're going to be slow.
Well, tonight is our first base night here tonight on Fox Sports San Diego, and Mark McGwire, of course, playing first base. Long time in the major leagues, knows a little bit about it. And he's a guy who has helped out Will Myers immensely during spring training. We watched that a lot and really took a lot of pride in his defense, although he is known for home runs, certainly in his offense. Took a lot of pride in his defense.
Well, you think about it, too, from Mark McGwire's standpoint. He was a pitcher in college. Wanted to be in that position when he went to playing summer league baseball, and they wanted to put him at first base, and obviously had to find a spot for him because rookie year, 49 bombs.
Major League McGwire, he was a threat. He was fun to watch. And you know what? It's always nice, like for instance, Tony Gwynn. He took pride in his fielding.
Yep.
Won a gold glove, won many gold gloves, and he said that was the thing that really mattered to him most. And Mark McGwire, being the athlete he is, he took pride in his fielding.
Very good first baseman too, and doing the fundamentals has a lot to do it. You're going to hear that tonight throughout this show of how guys talk about not only being very good over there, but being athletic.
Did you play at Maine, Mark, first base?
I was a center fielder at Maine. A little bit thinner than I am right now. I know that's probably shocking to you, but I had to learn first base at the AAA level.
Okay.
And that's what was very different for me, moving closer to the hitter.
Was that in the Couve?
It was in Vancouver. But the most important thing, and I always credit Sandy Alomar Sr., that was in Colorado, for first teaching me, because when you adapt to a new position, you want to field it correctly, like the way you look at middle infielders fielding ground balls and gobbling it up and using two hands. Sandy Alomar Sr. said, hey, get rid of that left hand. It's a one-handed position. And it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Until I heard that, that was the most important thing that made it feel a little more comfortable as a first baseman.
You know, now that you mentioned that, I'm just picturing in my mind all the great first basemen, and they're one-handed.
Yeah.
They make it look easy, one-handed.
It's a one-handed position. Obviously, you have the big glove, so it's easier to do that. And reaching in, knowing where that pocket is to field the ground ball and to be able to throw it takes some time, but you're fielding it one-handed a lot.
Okay, now can you go back to your first start at first base at the big league level?
I remember like it was yesterday.
Tell us about it.
I got called up. I was told I was playing first base, so the nerves set in. And Brian McRae was the hitter for the Chicago Cubs. So he hits a ball off the chest of Scott Cooper, our third baseman. You remember Scott Cooper?
Yes.
And Scott Cooper possessed a cannon. Goes off his chest and bounces in front of him. And I go over to first base. He throws a cannon in the dirt. Oh. So I picked this ball, and I had no idea I had it. But I did, and it was a bang-bang play because McRae's getting down the line.
Yeah.
And I took my first breath in St. Louis on that day. Had no idea what was going on, but that was the first play of my big league career.
2 outs here in the third inning. Anibal Sanchez, the pitcher, batting. So far 5 fly ball outs for Lamet and 2 strikeouts. Toughest thing a first baseman's got to do in your estimation?
Give confidence to the infielders, first and foremost. It's obviously you have to catch a lot of throws, and there's different arm angles, but they need confidence. They can throw it in any direction, to be able to throw different throws, to be able to get it off quickly when you need to. But you have to give confidence to your middle infielders, and especially that play down the third base line.
4th strikeout for Lamet. Another 1-2-3 inning. He's retired the first 9.
standing here at Petco Park, and I have in my hand baseball history. It's an absolute relic. I feel like I should be wearing little white gloves as I touch this. This is the glove that Mark McGwire used in his big league career. Now, over his 16-year career at first base, he used only 2 gloves. Now, the first one lasted about 3 years, and it actually started to fall apart. They tried to repair the pocket of it. He said it just wasn't the same, so he went to this glove. He used this glove over the next 13 years of his career. Now, you can see inside there a little bit of discoloring on the inside part of the glove. That is not discoloring of the leather. That is actually pine tar. So Mark stopped using a batting glove a little bit into his career. That is actually the pine tar that was on his hands. It started coating the inside of this mitt. The other thing that's really fascinating about this glove, guys, is you see that it's two-tone. So it was originally black, and then on the back of the web here, it's brown. Now what happened was the glove actually broke. He had it repaired. The only color that they had to repair it with was brown. And that was the start of the two-tone gloves in the big leagues at that point. So a lot of history behind this glove. He actually keeps it in a safe at home. We're appreciative of him letting us use it.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Alan Cordoba goes down as that one gets him on either the wrist or the hand. And he is in some pain. Off the back of the hand, it looks like. Working on that hand right now, and a lot of little bones in there.
Yeah, not a lot of padding down there. Not a lot of meat, like the shoulder, the bicep.
Painful trying to get that glove off right now. Navarro, the trainer out there checking on him.
Did you ever get hit in the hand like that, Mark?
Yeah, it's not good. And like you said, not enough to protect that. Right around that knuckle area, it looked like upper part of the hand. But as a hitter coming into that situation, you're looking at that pitch and it just chases you. So the best thing you can possibly do is take it off that shoulder when you roll inside. And obviously trying to stay in there is a priority as a hitter. Exposes those hands to getting hit.
Well, D'Arnaud will pinch run and assuredly take over for him defensively at shortstop. So Chase D'Arnaud into this game after Cordoba is hit to begin things here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nelson Lamet coming up. Well, back to Mark McGwire's glove. That's pretty incredible that he had that one glove for 13 years. That's amazing.
I tried one every year. It's a comfort level. I think of Walt Weiss, a shortstop for so many teams. The Oakland A's is what I remember him as, but he used one glove in the big leagues as well. So it's really comes down to the feel and what you're doing. Now, not being an everyday player, I can understand that because it's that comfort level that you have. But I think the cool thing is the two-tone glove.
Yeah, I never knew that.
And there it is.
It's a great look.
And that's what a lot of guys are starting to do. Now you're seeing multicolored.
You know, you can lace it up as much as you want, right? But like Bob said, when the pocket starts to wear and rips, there's that area underneath the webbing inside. It's got almost like that U or maybe around the thumb where it starts to rip.
When it goes, no throw. Stolen base for D'Arnaud. Bill didn't even try it. Very good jump and no chance for Avila. As D'Arnaud with the theft into scoring position here. Nobody out in the inning.
he got loose in a hurry, didn't he?
Were you a Rawlings guy, Wilson guy, Mizuno?
Rawlings, yes.
The Gold Glove Company.
But it had nothing to do with what I was.
Back to the mound, going to third is Sanchez, and he throws it down the left field line. Scoring will be Darno. Staying at first base is Lamet, and the Padres are on top 1-0. Errant throw by Anibal Sanchez. Well, he had to hurry it, and he fired it up over his third baseman, Nick Castellanos.
Well, as soon as that ball was bunted, I heard somebody yell third. It's not a forced play. It might have been Avila. Right, look at the secondary lead from Chase. I mean, that ball would have had to have been thrown right on the back, probably to make it even close. He spins, he fires, airmail, hand cancel that one. That's about $250 airmail price. And that's a run for San Diego. Take all they give you. Take advantage of those mistakes.
So run in, a 1-0 advantage, and there's strike one to Perella. But how many gloves would you go through a year?
You know what? You get 2 in spring training with the manufacturer you're with, and I used maybe over the course of the longest I used one glove was like maybe 3 years.
What'd you use? Wilson?
I was a Wilson guy. Yep.
Popped up foul off to the right. See some guys working with new gloves during batting practice, trying to break them in, I guess.
Yeah, that's what you do. You find the guy that has the strongest arm. Sean Dunston comes to mind.
Yes.
He'll break your glove in very, very quickly. But the type of leather that you have, and obviously a first baseman's mitt, you have to have a lot of comfort when it comes down to the pocket of the first baseman's mitt.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel.
How about the guys who won't let you put your hand in their glove?
No, there's a lot.
Oh, I mean, that'll make you fight.
I don't have a glove, but I wouldn't let you put your hand in my glove. So you know.
Really?
Yeah. No. I mean, we have separate trash cans and a line here. Do you think I'd let you put your hand in my glove? Absolutely
I
not.
think he's saying you have big fingers.
Yeah.
Yes, and God knows where they've been.
And I think of guys using one glove in their career. Did you ever play with Mike Morgan?
I did. He was starting pitcher when I had that ground ball situation.
Really?
My first major league game.
Well, let's go back to 1990 and Mark McGwire winning a Gold Glove at first base. Talk about taking pride in his defense. Winning a Gold Glove's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and he beat Donnie Ballgame, which was really impressive because Don Mattingly went on a run, and you could see the athletic ability by the big man.
Major League McGwire not letting the mullet get in the way.
Carlos Zuaje taking strike one.
That mullet was pretty off.
Yeah, it was,
Flowing.
wasn't it?
Flowing.
Yeah. How about the mullet and the tight pants in that era?
Oh, yeah.
Zuaje taps it foul, 0-2.
Now everybody's got the baggy britches, covering the shoes. Back in the early mid-'80s, late '80s, it was tight.
Glenn Allen Hill.
Yeah.
38 cents in his back pocket.
Bud, you wore tight pants? Really?
Everybody did.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Swing and a miss. Zuaje off balance, strikes out. That is 4 strikeouts now for Sanchez, 2 down.
I got some photos of you in a Padre uni.
So 2 down here in the third brings up Will Myers. Myers fouled out to his counterpart at first base, Miguel Cabrera, first time up. And our first baseman show tonight. Sanchez been ahead, 11 of 12 first pitch strikes. And ahead now, 0-2.
For Sanchez, obviously the velocity is necessarily not there now, but he speeds you up and he slows you down. This is the most career home runs by a Padre first baseman, Nate Colbert, Adrian Gonzalez. Crime Dog. Love the Crime Dog. The helicopter.
Hit. Oh, yeah.
He had the great finish.
Oh, it was so cool.
I remember, do you guys remember Rich Gedman?
Sure.
Red Sox?
Yeah.
Bruce Hirsch called it the snorkel.
Well, it was the Walriniak
It was.
finish.
Yeah.
The one-handed finish.
Pitching him in here. Breaking ball away, maybe? Ooh. You know, nice and easy delivery from Sanchez, too. Like you said, Mark, not overpowering. He's not a violent delivery. You can see he tries to hit his spots and not try to overthrow to hit his spots.
That's a good take by Will right there. Looked like he recognized that pitch right out of the hands of Sanchez. Going back to the changeup.
Fouled off, got a piece of Vila. A guy that's been nicked up over the years, battled some concussions, and not sure where this one got him. Payoff pitch. Myers will chop it to short, and Iglesias is going to first, and that is the end of the inning. Padres get a run, take a 1-0 lead through 3. Well, we're checking out Wally Joyner in 16 Major League seasons of 4 different teams, the Angels, Royals, Padres, and Braves. Some amazing plays. An incredibly good first baseman on our first base night here tonight on Fox Sports San Diego. That's some pretty good footage. I know you can't see it, Wally, but you are joining us, and we thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it is my pleasure, gentlemen, and hopefully you made me look good.
There's no doubt about it. You made some great plays right now.
Never made an error, I don't think, in those footages, right?
Absolutely not. Well, tell us about your time with the Padres at first base and your memories of playing first base for the Padres.
Well, my 4 years with the Padres were actually 4 of my favorite years, going to the playoffs, 2 of those 4 years, going to the World Series in '98. I will never forget the journey and the guys playing first base at Petco over at Qualcomm, actually. Some great defensive infielders, Chris Gomez, never can forget Ken Caminiti at third base, that he had a cannon mark. I don't know, I'd never caught anything from Scott, but I know Ken Caminiti had a cannon.
Yeah, he did. Wally, the one thing I wanted to ask you, Wally, is that what was the challenging aspect for you? You were known for having a great glove, accurate arm. What was the challenging aspect for you at first base?
Well, I took a lot of pride in my first base, and I wanted to make it easy for the infielders to forget about making a perfect throw. The ball, the speed of play in the infield, as Will Myers has found out, is much faster than the outfield. The ball gets on you quickly. And if I could make a second baseman or a shortstop or a third baseman concentrate on catching the ball or knocking it down and getting it over to first base instead of having to take an extra second for the perfect throw, we could shorten the innings, we could make some outs, we could get back in the dugout and go about our business on the offensive side.
Wally, I think it was you that told me when I was talking about first base with you, you said you had one rule to your infielders. Please don't throw it over my head because I can only jump so high. I don't care where it bounces in front of me. If you keep it on the ground at least, I'll have a chance. Is that true?
That is very true. I was not only follically challenged, but I also had a limit to my hops. And so if you could keep it down, head level or below, I didn't care if it bounced. I didn't care if it bounced 3 times or if it was a short hop. I had a chance and a better chance of catching those and staying on the base and getting an out than getting off the base and having to come back.
Wally, you were last seen in the major leagues as the hitting coach for these Detroit Tigers last year. We have Miguel Cabrera up to bat right now. Obviously, we talk about his offensive exploits. How was he as a first baseman when you were watching him in person every day?
Well, he's one of the best of all time, in my opinion, across the board. Arguably the best right-handed hitter in this generation and could compete in any generation offensively in the batter's box. And what I think a lot of people don't understand and remember is Miguel came up as a third baseman. So he's made the transition from third to first perfectly, being at the hot corner with great hands. I think that playing first base came easier to him than most, with one exception, and that is you're in almost every play at first base. You have to move, you have to anticipate, you have to understand and think ahead, and also get to first base. And for those that's a new position for it, a lot of times they get caught getting to the base late. The infielders have to double clutch, and it creates a few errors that should not happen. So he's done a great job. My time with Detroit was fabulous. I had some great hitters to work with, but their defense with Detroit wasn't too shabby either.
Wally, who taught you the most over the course of your career about playing first base, maybe in the minor leagues before you got to the majors?
Well, I was a left-handed player that couldn't run. I tried pitching and I couldn't throw. And so therefore I was limited to, I had to perfect first base. And I took it with pride, and I accepted that challenge. And I learned from the best. I watched every great middle infielder catch a ball, and I mimicked and I tried to copy every footwork and every step that those
Wally,
guys
hang on
made.
1 second, Wally. We're going to break right here. We'll come back with you in just a moment.
Sure.
Diego County Lexus dealer invites you to test drive a Lexus today. By Jack in the Box, come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich. And by your San Diego Honda dealers. Visit sdhondadealers.com. Our first baseman edition here at Fox Sports San Diego tonight, talking a lot about first base and the position itself. And tonight we are honored to be joined by Wally Joyner, who joins us by phone and was in the middle as that inning ended untimely like. Was right in the middle of telling us who influenced him the most, perhaps becoming a first baseman. And you were saying, Wally.
Well, my point was, you try to learn from the best, and the best infielders are the middle infielders, the third baseman. And if you have the opportunity to improve and become a great defensive first baseman, then that strengthens your whole infield. And, there was a time way back when where the great outfielders who could still hit needed a place to play, and they would stick them at first base, and then the ball would go through their legs, and they would miss ground balls, and the inning would prolong, and they gave up more than they hit in. So I think over the last 15, 20 years, if not longer, there's been a huge push for great defensive first baseman, improves your team across the board. So I was happy to be a part of that push.
Wally, when you played first base and being a teammate of yours in '97 and also the magical year of '98, you had a good balance for the game. Obviously, you were very intense when you played, but also you had a good balance of having fun. And you ended up playing tic-tac-toe at one point at first base. Could you tell us about that?
Oh, man. That brings back memories. I believe it was in Chicago, the old Comiskey. Was playing against, I want to say, Steve Lyons.
Yep.
And I go out to play first base in the bottom of the first, and there's a tic-tac-toe board, and Mr. Steve Lyons has already put an X down. So, being the competitor that I am, I played along and drew a circle, and this went on for, I think, 3 or 4 innings. I don't know how many innings it was. I would make a circle, and then he would make a square, and he said he won, but I think he cheated. He put 2 X's at one time, but baseball is such a long season, and it's a grind, and absolutely, other than that one time playing tic-tac-toe, I'm very serious between the lines. To break the tension, to get away, I thought that we did it very well in '98, and I think it showed with our success.
Wally, who did you look up to as a kid coming up as a first baseman? Who was your favorite?
Well, I remember I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and there was a flashy, which wasn't me, but I absolutely loved his glove work. There was a gentleman that I think came from Montreal to play with the Braves. His name was Willie Montañez, and he was a left-handed, flashy kind of a pick artist, and so I took a little bit from Willie. I enjoyed watching Keith Hernandez. He was one of the best of all times. And then when I broke into the league, there was Don Mattingly, there was Mark Grace in the National League, quite a few great first basemen, Rafael Palmeiro, that I think we kind of fed off of each other. And I think because of that, we all became better.
Wally Joyner, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Wally.
It's my pleasure, guys.
do, especially when you're underhanding the ball to the pitcher, is to almost pretend like it's bowling, because you want to stay through it. A lot of times when I first got over here, I would just flip it and not follow my throw. So my thing is to make a very accurate and strong throw is to pretend like it's bowling. Stay through the ball, have a good nice under toss, and just kind of follow your throw.
Nothing better than a first baseman who is accurate. Wally Joyner was very accurate. You know, you get from like the belt buckle to the face. Any time in that area when you're covering on the move is very, very key. And I always thought it was difficult. It's like a quarterback throwing to a receiver over the middle, right? You got to lead him. Wally was one of the best at doing that over the years.
He was incredible. And you saw Cabrera the last inning give a good feed too, an accurate feed. But you think about that play, a lot of coaches will say, get that ball to the pitcher quicker, because you want them to be able to see that base and be able to touch that base easily. We look at Cabrera in feeding him. Takes this ball down the line, goes to his left, and now a lot of first bases will take it on their own, but the accurate throw, and you want it above the waist. You want it in that no man's land where they have the fingers up or fingers down. That's the uncomfortable spot. But you got to know your pitcher as well. Some very athletic pitchers coming over. You can feed them anywhere, but there's also guys that are very mechanical when they go over there, so you have to have a more accurate throw to him.
Interesting, Will, when talking to you, is talking about bowling, almost the same sort of action to lead the pitcher to first base. And again, our first base theme night here tonight on Fox Sports San Diego.
Well, if you think about it, Don, too, when you come in and what they do is you bowl it and you want to be accurate, but you don't want to flip it up here. That's where you get into trouble, because then you start getting that loop in the throw. You have to apply your foot to the bag, and obviously as a pitcher you don't want that.
Absolutely. I remember former coach of the Padres, Tony Muser, worked with first base, and that's the one thing I remember. I was just over hearing the conversation, but the stiff wrist, pushing the ball, not flipping it like you said, because if you're going over there full bore and you're anticipating a throw, and then all of a sudden you get that changeup, you get that rainbow, and it's like, okay, now you're caught, and you've got, do I go to the ball? Is it going to be behind the bag? Is the runner going to beat it? Nothing better than getting a perfect feed at the perfect place from the first baseman covering first base.
And Justin Upton walking to begin this fifth inning. Now Nicholas Castellanos. With the Padres on top 1-0. Tigers batting here in the fifth. Scans, your thoughts on anything you've heard tonight so far?
Oh, I agree 100% with what the two Marks have been saying about getting that nice throw between the belt and the chin. But the other thing that I loved when I was covering first base is if I could get the ball as early as possible. It seemed like there were certain catchers first basemen who would try to time it where you're getting the ball at the same time that you're getting to the first base bag, and that would get confusing, especially for a tall guy like myself. I got to catch the ball and touch first base at the same time. I'm not that darn coordinated. Get me the ball as quickly as you can in front of me, preferably in the chest, and we're good to go.
Who's the best you ever worked with?
Loved working with Jeff Bagwell, and I never got a chance to work with him, but watching Adrian Gonzalez around the bag and the way that he would get just perfect throws to guys way before they got to the first base bag, always hitting him in the chest no matter where he was throwing it from. I thought he was one of the best that I've seen. Mud, did you have a favorite?
Will Clark comes to mind with the Giants.
In front of the plate, and Hedges bobbled it once, stays with it. The throw is going to hit the base runner, but the base runner is running inside the bag, I believe. So out at first base here is going to be Castellanos, running inside the line. And we'll see here if Myers is okay. They're coming out to check on him. He was, of course, reaching with that hand, which is so dangerous.
My left arm is exposed to the runner. You see the runner going inside the baseline. That's a good call. But then the glove hand going into the runner. Such a dangerous play, especially the right-hander.
You know what I'm wondering? I wonder if Brad Ausmus is going to counter and say, you know what? My guy was in his last stride of the bag when he was hitting in the back. Because looking at that one replay, he was in his last stride going for the base, and then it hit him in the back.
I also wonder if he's asking why the time was called, because the throw was up the line. And that runner probably could have scored.
See how he's in his last stride right there, and then he's going for the, and then you know what? He hits the bag, it looks like, before the ball hits him. I think that's what be interesting to see here. I think he hit the bag before the ball hit him.
It's a frustrated Tigers team, no doubt about it, having lost 7 straight games, and they're frustrated by this call, no doubt. Castellanos was frustrated, standing at the top of the dugout and letting his manager argue for him here right now. And you can kind of see that Brad Ausmus looking like he's talking about the ball right when he was at the bag. Definitely running inside all the way down. And if you hit him in the back, there's no problem here. But because he's at first base when it hits him, that's where Ausmus has trouble with it.
And first base is in fair territory, so a runner really has no choice when they're going for the bag to be in fair territory. And as I mentioned, that one angle, it did look like it was close. Don't get me wrong. It did look like his foot hit the bag, and then the ball hit the number 9 right in the back.
So it's a dead ball. Upton's got to go back to first. That's where he is with 1 out of the inning. And it brings up Andrew Romine.
I'm just glad Will Myers didn't snap his wrist.
Yeah. So dangerous as a right-handed first baseman with that play. So you sense the runner coming down, but your thought is to catch the ball.
Isn't that, speaking of first baseman, since we're on the theme tonight, but remember Cliff Floyd?
I do.
Ah.
Up in Montreal.
Yeah.
Former Padre.
Yes.
Just saw Cliff. We're at MLB Network. We're in New York.
Good egg.
He's doing a great job too as an analyst now.
Great guy.
He is.
Go to first and back to the bag is Justin Upton.
I always cringe when that play happens.
Yeah, because he was on the fast track. Everyone was talking about Cliff Floyd as being the impact guy up in Montreal, and that injury set his career in a different path.
Line down the right field line towards the corner, and that's a fair ball. Off the wall, trying to score from first is Upton. The throw's going to come to the plate. It's offline by a lot and ends up in the Tigers dugout. A run in. And they will place the runner at third base. So this game is tied 1-1. Renfroe's throw off the mark by a lot.
Change up, elevated down the middle. Now the carom off the wall. Tell you what, when I saw this play develop, Mark and Don, I'm sure you're thinking the same thing. Right here, I thought Hunter Renfroe is going to, because he got to that ball before the runner was at third base, and not even close.
Yeah, that might have gone off Will Myers.
Was it deflected?
Top of his glove. But you could see Will Myers trying to sprawl to try to catch that ball. That was offline from the get-go.
It's a double, it's an RBI, and it's an error charged to the right fielder Renfroe that allows Romine to get to third base. Infield in all the way around. Jose Iglesias is the batter.
Gotta watch for a squeeze here. usually get squeeze plays in the American League. They like swinging the bats, but Jose Iglesias can lay that bunt down.
I love that play. A nice push bunt to the right side.
Looked like a pretty good pitch. Call the ball 1-1. Inning started, leadoff walk allowed by Lamet. That run has scored, and now the potential run 90 feet away. Iglesias grounding and foul.
MLB.com at Bat is your #1 mobile app for live Padres baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Padres home screen icons and app features as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat today.
Romine at third, one down, a run in for Detroit. And Iglesias pops it up foul off to the right out of play. He struck out swinging in the third inning. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Dinelson Lamet so far in the night. Working here in the top of the 5th. On the ground with the infield in. Darno's coming home. The road to the plate will get away. Scoring is Romine. Taking second base is Iglesias. Looked like they were going to get him at the plate, but Hedges could not make the catch.
Working underneath it up the line there, and good throw, would have definitely had him. And it looks like the throw brings Austin into the line there. It looks like a catchable ball.
Yeah, and you also wonder if that collision with Rizzo comes into play here, because that runner is coming in. You know the contact's going to be there.
Fielder's choice, error charge to Hedges on the play. And it is now 2-1 Detroit. As Iglesias ends up at second base, here's a flare. Back goes Azwahe to make the catch. Go to second base just in case. Now 2 down in the inning. So Sanchez batting for himself, pops out. He'll be back up top to the top of the order now for Ian Kinsler. No RBI on that play, incidentally. The Tigers taking a 2-1 lead. So Iglesias at second, 2 outs, and Ian Kinsler coming up 0 for 2 in the ball game. He has popped out to third, flying out to center. Last 8 games, he's been one of the few that has really done quite well for the Tigers, who have lost 7 straight coming in, and 361 on base percentage, 4 home runs, 7 RBIs. His last 8 games coming in.
Kinsler's known as that streaky hitter, but when he gets hot, he gets hot for a long time.
They did good against him. They did good. They did well against him last night. The walk prior to that game, 3 home runs in as many games.
Lined and caught at third by Spangenberg, but the damage done. Tigers get a pair, take a 2-1 lead.
first base, but taking yourself is the priority when it comes to this play. A lot of elements. First and foremost, field the ball. You can see 31 feet away from first base, so getting up quickly, athletically. Also knowing the situation. Is the pitcher getting over, and how fast is that runner? But aggressive play at first base and being able to take them instead of the ball exchange really comes to priority, and how many times you can be aggressive getting that out.
And Franchy Cordero leading it off here and taking strike one over the outside corner.
My rule of thumb was any ball hit to my left. I mean, I don't care if it was 6 inches, 6 feet, just out of my reach. I was busting my tail over this way. I'd rather be there and not be needed rather than laying around just, anticipating the first base taking himself and then having him coming up and anticipate, where are you? Let's go.
And you know what's another element to this? In between pitches. If you have a young pitcher out there that's nervous, he's trying to execute his pitches, just remind him in between pitches, get over. You got a left-handed hitter, get over.
They got a lot of good first basemen who have pretty good range. I think of Adrian Gonzalez as being one who can go to his right very well. At what point does it become a second baseman's ball, and what point do you not drift over too much?
Well, you want to be aggressive, but you're peaking in between pitches. It's a really good question because you have to be aware of the range as your second baseman. And with the defensive shifts now, it has another element to come into. But when you have Adrian Gonzalez's accuracy of his throw, I think he takes priority when it comes to that. Getting off and being able to accurately throw is very, very important.
Ian Kinsler at second base will get it there in time to take care of Cordero. First out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. It's time now for the Arco top tier player profile. We'll take a look at the best fielding percentage for first baseman. Well, major league career leader since 1913. We went back a little ways.
Wow.
Mark Teixeira on top of that list, just retired.
I think the infield surface has changed since then as well. Yeah. But Mark Teixeira, 997. That is pretty impressive because I played with Todd Helton, and he was very good at first base. He used a huge glove.
Yeah.
Mizuno. But it looked like he had 2 gloves on. He was very athletic.
Are there any bad hops anymore? You hardly see a bad hop anymore. They drag the infield, every 3 innings?
Water it down.
Yeah.
It actually stays.
Bunt bid here by Darno. The catcher Avila throws in time. Nice play. Darno retired here. Never easy when you're trying to throw over one of the shoulders of the guy running down first base, but he cleared the runner.
Yeah, Darno stays within the running lane. Flip throw on the fair side for Cabrera for the 2-3 play.
Well, and the element for the first baseman is Cabrera needs to be inside the baseline. Give him a better target. You're not going to be worried about a stretch. You're basically giving him a squared up target to throw at.
That's another advantage of being a left-handed first baseman. You can straddle that. Your left foot's on the bag. You're in fair territory. You extend with your right hand rather than having to reach across like Cabrera had to.
You right-handed or left-handed?
I was left-handed.
Okay.
You had to ask?
I did not know that.
Yeah, because I didn't play much.
That'll wrap the inning and probably this conversation for a little while. It's 2-1 Tigers.
going on, you're standing right next to him. And there was guys that wouldn't say a word to you, and then there was guys that wouldn't shut up. Sean Casey, oh man, after he got a base hit, he'd be so excited, and he's the nicest guy in the world. But man, you found out about his childhood, you found out about his religious beliefs, you found out about his mom and his dad, you found out about what he had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's all before the first pitch is even thrown to the next batter.
The great Mark Grace talking about the mayor, Sean Casey.
Teammate of Sean Casey, and it just puts a smile on your face because you know how he was. He was so intense, but he was the nicest guy, other than Dave Roberts, the nicest guy in the game of baseball. So it's a very truthful story by Mark Grace.
Absolutely true. Having worked with both guys, actually, as partners of mine, Dave Roberts and Sean Casey, which were both a lot of fun.
The nice meter is way high.
It's
on those
way
two
high.
guys.
The mayor himself sat behind me on the charter for a year or two.
Let's put it this way too: Sean Casey would snap.
I saw that too.
He would snap a little bit, and it shocks a lot of people. But he was a perfectionist when it came to his hitting.
He was suspended as part of a fight at Fenway Park with the Tampa Bay Rays. A fight that James Shields was involved in as a Ray.
My favorite Sean Casey memory is when he swung to right, it went to left, and he got
Detroit.
thrown out from the left fielder.
It was in Detroit.
7-3 play.
He was a doubles machine, but we couldn't guarantee that he'd get to second base all the time. This is out to left center, and back there is Cordero. So one away here in the 6th inning. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Talking a lot about first baseman tonight. It is our first baseman edition. Most putouts by our first baseman. You got Will Myers, 630. We were talking a little bit about that earlier. All the action that he gets at first base. A lot of ground ball pitchers in this Padres rotation.
Perdomo and Richard in particular.
One away in the 6th, Miguel Cabrera. That seemed to be a cross-up.
And you saw the death stare by Austin Hedges too. You wonder if that was indeed a cross-up. It's a slider that just gets out of his hands, and
talk about a helpless feeling right there. (1-0) in the air, foul, and it's 1-1. Nelson Lamet pitching here in the 6th inning, has one out in the inning. A little control problem right now.
That looked like a changeup that got out of the hands of Lamet.
Tremendous movement.
Next pitch will be his 70th of his outing.
And this is such an important pitch because the count, 2-1 hitters count. Can he make the adjustment to throw something where he wants to, whether it's the fastball, the slider, or another changeup? Nice slider. That was tight.
Full count here with one down, and J.D. Martinez waiting on deck. Swing and a miss as Miguel Cabrera strikes out, and that is now 5 strikeouts in the game for Dinelson Lamet. 2 down here in the 6th inning.
Went back to the slider, down and away. You see the rotation. Looks like a strike out of the hand. Nice smother and recover from Austin Hedges. That's getting a good hitter to swing at a bad pitch. Good for Lamet.
2 down here in the 6th inning brings up J.D. Martinez. 0 for 2 in the ball game. struck out swinging, flied out to center field. Padres getting a run in the third. Tigers coming back with 2 in the 5th. It's been a good pitch. Slider from Lamet.
That's such a good pitch right there, 96. After that slider, kind of snuck up on you there, that fastball, after throwing that slider. Fastball up, shook it off, slider again, why not?
On the ground towards third, Spangenberg charging in, picks and throws. Nice play by Corey Spangenberg. A 1-2-3, 6th inning, a 2-1 Tigers lead. Edition here of the T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball break with all first baseman updates. Eric Hosmer had a solo home run, 3-2 win for the Royals. Ryan Zimmerman 2 for 3 with a double, part of an 18-3 Nationals win. And Trey Mancini for the Baltimore Orioles, a 3 win against the Rays, 9 for his last 18 in a 5-game hitting streak for Mancini. On to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jose Pirela, watch your face. Up and in as he was showing bunt.
That'll get your attention. Two-seamer up, look out.
Chopped over the third baseman who was in Castellanos. Justin Upton getting it in, trying for 2 is Pirela. The throw is going to be close, and he is safe. Jose Pirela aggressively getting to second base.
The benefit of the third baseman playing in. What was that, 3 feet out in front of home plate, the chopper, and very close but safe. Great hustle by Pirela. Thinking 2 right out of the gate. Upton's got to go to his right. He's got to get it. He's got to get a grip, throw accurately. That's putting pressure on the Detroit Tiger left fielder.
So Pirela at second base to begin this bottom of the 6th inning, and it brings up Carlos Azuaje. 1 for 2 doubled in the first inning, struck out in the third. He is showing bunt, drops it back towards the mound. Sanchez didn't even look to third this time. He goes to first, and the sacrifice complete as Pirela takes third base.
Now doing the fundamentals, Carlos Asuaje. Typically you don't see that in the game anymore, but now with a one-run game, laying down that bunt, and I love the sacrifice bunt to the pitcher. Let them field it, let them make that throw, as we saw Sanchez threw the last one up the third base line.
Perella at third base, infield in all the way around with one down. Chance here for Myers.
I wonder about that wrist when he's first time him swinging after that collision at first. It's that left wrist.
In the air to left center field. Romine, now Upton will make the catch. Tagging at third is Perella, and this game is tied 2-2. Sac fly for Will Myers, who tied this game in the 6th inning.
Mark Sweeney, you've been in this situation many times. As we take a look at this pitch, that's just a nice, easy outer half. He's out in front of a little bit, but he knows that just the easy fly ball to the outfield will get that run in. My point is not trying to swing too hard and do too much, right?
Yeah, really. It's when you have to drive runs in and be that run producer. Those are the at-bats that you have to do.
Two down here in the 6th inning. Base is now empty. Hunter Renfroe 0 for 2 in the ball game. A little tardy on that. Game 75 of the year for the Padres tonight. Middle game of the 3-game series between the Padres and the Tigers. And a grounded to short. Iglesias will gobble it up. He is throwing plenty of time, and the inning is over. But the Padres pick up a run, tie the score at 2-2 after 6. Would score first in the 3rd inning as Sanchez tried to throw to third base but threw it away, and scoring was Chase Darno to give the Padres a 1-0 lead. And back come the Tigers in a strange inning in the 5th. Off the wall, and an errant throw here from Renfroe as scoring would be Justin Upton. And then Andrew Romine would come around to score, and this throw to the plate with the infield in. Romine gets in, and it is 2-1, but a sac fly for Will Myers more recently in the bottom of the 6th inning has tied this game 2-2. Jose Perella led off the inning with a double. He scores to tie the game. So it's on to the 7th, and back out there is Dinelson Lamet. And Justin Upton leads it off here for the Tigers. He is flying out to the warning track in center. Walked and scored a run. To left field. Perella on the move, won't get there. He cuts it off by knocking it down. Thinking 2 is up, and the throw will be close, but not in time. Tigers have a double to begin the 7th inning.
Well, we see some close plays at second base. Mark McGuire on the horn to the replay center. And you know what's amazing about this play is Perella, first of all, keeping the ball in front of him. Now, this very hard, good slide by Upton, the pop-up slide, but staying on the bag. He stays anchored on that bag, and that's not that easy to do when you come in that hard on a pop-up slide.
Andy Green headed out there. Leadoff double begins this 7th inning, and he is going to go to the pen. That is a night for Dinelson Lamet, who leaves here after a batter in the 7th inning. He departs in a 2-2 ball game. Phil Maton coming in for San Diego. Nice night for Lamet. Padres baseball brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, proud partner of the San Diego Padres. By Petco, where the pets go. And by GMC. Now a nice night for Dinelson Lamet. Only gives you up 3 hits as he leaves this game responsible for Justin Upton at second base. Nobody out in the 7th inning. A look at his line tonight. Phil Maton takes over here for the Padres to deal with Nicholas Castellanos, and Maton has sure looked good since coming up from El Paso.
Nothing more that Phil Maton wants than to leave that runner stranded out there for Dinelson Lamet.
Bunt bid is fouled off into the seats.
And a couple of firsts for Phil Maton came on the road. First save, first win. He throws the 4-seam fastball that'll cut a little bit at times, along with that good curveball from the young right-hander.
He had a great spring training. Looked like he may make the team out of spring training. Starts the year with El Paso, and he's been very good since being called up.
I like him recently being put in the high leverage situations.
You can tell the manager has confidence in him.
Yeah. I like his demeanor on the mound. Doesn't get scared off. It looked like a slider right there. Had slider break to it at 82.
Chops softly. Maton's not going to get there. Kicks out to Darno. He's got no play anywhere. And reaching at first base, Castellanos runs pretty well.
Nothing you can do there. Maton makes a good pitch. Even with that ball, as we take a look at this hop off the side of the mound, it kind of changes direction a little bit. As Darno bare hands it, no way he's going to get him. And that's the best play. Sometimes the best play is no play.
So first and third, nobody out here for Detroit in the 7th inning. Andrew Romine, 1 for 2 in the game.
Don, remember that play at the plate when Romine slid in? He kind of reached and grabbed his back a little bit. I wonder if that'll affect his swing later in this game. Well, the ideal thing is a punch out right here. Then you got a double play in order.
Trying to hold up. Did he? Yes, he did, according to Bill Welke, third base umpire.
I beg to differ.
The 2-1 pitch is going to miss. 3-1. Maton coming in here for Dinelson Lamet. There's Jose Iglesias waiting on deck for Detroit. 2-2 ball game right now, but the Tigers are threatening here in the 7th. There is Justin Upton. Nicholas Castellanos cross the diamond on the other side. 94-mile-an-hour fastball fouled off by Romine.
Okay, 3-2 count. Nobody out. Runners at the corners. Let's see what Maton and Austin Hedges have up their sleeve. Locate a fastball. Fastball in, to be exact.
And it's fouled off. The day after the Padres score 5 or more runs, get 50% off any regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. Enter promo code Padres5. First and third, nobody out in the Tigers' 7th inning. Looks like fastball away this time. And it's fouled away again. 93 from Maton.
You like peeking into the signs?
I do.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Romine lifts it down the left field line, foul.
You see how far over Perella's playing? I mean, he was maybe 5 strides from that line, and that's exactly where they're pitching him. You see how he's hugging that left field line. Okay, maybe 10 or 12 strides. Pretty long strides if it's only 5. But swung over the opposite field against Romine.
Now ground ball, base hit back up the middle into center field. Upton will score from third. Castellanos takes second, an RBI single for Andrew Romine, and a lengthy at bat that he finally wins the battle on has put the Tigers on top 3-2.
You know, Don, he got a high fastball there, and he got on top of it to hit it through the center of the diamond. Watch him get on top of this. That's where across the Detroit on the chest. getting up on top of it for the center fielder. A lot of times pitches like that, guys will work underneath it and get a fly ball.
9-pitch at bat, and Romine drives in the run. The run is charged to Nelson Lamet, so he is now on the hook after pitching so well. Charged with 3 runs, 6+ innings. First and second, nobody out. Jose Iglesias shows bunt, pulls it back, and will take a strike.
Sometimes they'll put the wheel play on where the third baseman's crashing here, and the third baseman will go over here for the force play.
Myers coming over from first base to talk to Maton. Lets him know he's going to be here very close to the mound. Spangenberg in on the grass at third. Swinging away, and a bloop sending Iswahe back to the outfield grass. 1 down in the 7th inning. Infield fly rule was in effect, 1 away.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Pinch hitter coming up here for the pitcher. Anibal Sanchez, pinch hit for here by Matt Dendecker. .258, 6 homers, 20 runs batted in this year in the minor leagues. 43 games. He was activated just before the game last night. Called up from AAA Toledo.
Are they still the Mud Hens?
I believe they are.
Yeah, that's one you can't change.
No,
too much tradition there, right?
One of the great stadiums, Ned Skeldon Stadium. I know they have a new one now. Very nice one apparently, but they used to play at the fairgrounds there. This one foul back the screen. I believe Bob Scanlon may have been a Mud Hen.
I think he may have been. I think you're right.
Scan, were you a Mud Hen?
Absolutely. I did a tour of duty in Toledo.
Thought so. Thought we had that discussion in spring training.
Oh, no. Fond memories. How I love them hens. Oh, yeah. Not the easiest place to pitch, but if you can pitch there, you can pitch anywhere. Just ask Klinger.
That's right. Klinger from MASH, who wore the Toledo Mud Hen baseball cap.
That's it. Actually, they had a great fan base up there. Great following. But the new stadium's super nice.
The closest you'll ever be in a booth. They used to have us glassed in. We were so close that they wouldn't even have a window open.
Really?
So you're like over the shoulder of the catcher.
Yeah, you're like incredible. 5 rows back, weren't you, Don?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was the best vantage point I've ever had for a broadcast booth. 1-2. Swung on and missed, and Maton needed that. No contact. Strikes out Dendecker. 2 down.
Just challenged him with the fastball. It's a 4-seamer right at the belt buckle, right down the middle. And Dendecker with the Den strikeout.
2 down here in the 7th. And it brings up Ian Kinsler.
Don, you know what else I remember about Ned Skelton Stadium?
What's that, Scan?
There were no restrooms or anything for the visiting bullpen. So you just had to walk through the stands and use the public restroom during the game. You know how fun it is to get heckled while you're taking care of business?
In full uniform, no less.
Yes.
Well, how about if you're taking care of business and you hear somebody yell, "Hey, you're up! Let's go!"
That could happen as well.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the greatest facilities. A lot of great players who've come through there, no doubt.
I'm just thinking back to some of my teammates on that ball club. Tony Clark.
Yep.
Eric Wedge.
Wow. Former manager of the Cleveland Indians, Seattle Mariners. Tony Clark now the lead for the Players Union. Former Padre.
Yes, he was. Played a little at San Diego State.
2 on, 2 down, a run in. And a fly ball to right field has Renfroe on the move. He will get there and make the catch. It ends the inning, but the Tigers have grabbed the go-ahead run. 3-2 Detroit.
One season where I hit 201. Every day coming to the ballpark thinking I'm going to be sent down to AAA. I spent the whole year up, 600 at bats, hitting 201. And I found out a couple of years later the reason why they kept me there and they didn't send me out, it was because the year before I won the Gold Glove. Yeah. It was because of my defense. And that made me feel really good because it's like, everybody thinks offense, but that's how much pride I took in my defense.
Well, you hear from a lot of different first basemen how much pride they take in their defense at first base, but you have that runs prevented category that you can talk about a lot, and there have been a lot of gifted first basemen who have been able to do that over the years. Doug Mankiewicz is a guy that jumps out at me. That was on the 04 championship team with the Red Sox, and he was a long time with the Minnesota Twins before that. Ron Gardenhire used to talk about how many runs he would prevent at first base. Here's an opposite field base hit for Corey Spangenberg to start things here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Iglesias went diving after that.
And depending on the team you're on, yeah, that's a good fit when you are Gold Glove material and yet you're kind of iffy, shaky, dicey at the plate, depending on the team you're on. Because if your team is averaging 4 to 6 runs a game, I mean, that's quite an offense. They will gladly love to have you hit your 201, like Mark McGwire said, because you're saving so many runs and saving errors on the infield.
A good sized lead there at first base for Spangenberg. Here is Austin Hedges. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Most defensive runs saved by first baseman. Major league leaders, Brandon Belt, Joey Votto, Paul Goldschmidt, Anthony Rizzo, Mitch Moreland.
Have we found out how they quantify that?
I have no idea.
My guess is, like, let's say this situation right here. Let's say there's a ball scalded with the runner on first base down, to where the first baseman has to maybe dive to his right or left to prevent that ball to rattle around the corner. Do they take into consideration who's running at first base?
I have no idea.
Is it a guy at second base and the guy dives to his right or left to keep the ball in the infield, which would subsequently save a run? You know what? That sounds great. Let's go with it.
It sounds good to me. I'm saying that's the formula.
Let's go with it.
I really don't have a clue. I just know that it exists.
Right.
Throw over and Spangenberg back again. The pitcher Daniel Stumpf.
It's too bad Ryan Schimpf isn't on the roster. I would love to see a Stumpf-Schimpf matchup.
Stumpf into his 10th game of the year. And a ground ball to short that could be 2. Iglesias on to first. Bad throw, but off the bag at first to retrieve it. And slap on the tag was Miguel Cabrera.
Hey, that's a first baseman move that we talk about quite a bit. A first baseman realizing, you know what, I'm anchored on the bag, but I can't extend that far to get it. So what do I need to do? I need to exit the bag, abandon the bag, catch it, apply the tag. That's good footwork by Miguel Cabrera. On this first baseman themed game tonight.
2 down here in the 7th, and it brings up Franchy Cordero. 0 for 2, grounded back to the mound, grounded out to second base. A lot of work went into this first base show tonight. Our thanks to Jason Lewis.
Here, here.
Great producer who put it all together.
Nice going, J. Lou. Down in the truck. Everybody down in the truck, except JT. Jim Turner. John Turner. I don't even know his name. Don't know what he does, but he shows up every day.
Oh, and 2 the count.
Oh, JT, he's been with us since day 1. The Padres were on TV back in the late 90s.
That'll bounce in. 1-2. The next theme night we're going to have is play-by-play night.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Break it down.
What you do to get prepared.
Right.
How you adjust on the fly.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Cordero strikes out.
Take us to break, Don.
We are headed to the 8th. 3-2 Tigers.
Oh, that's great.
Now Aaron Judge, another home run.
Well, Aaron Judge, 26 home runs on the year. He's a story of the first half. Obviously, we're going to see him in the All-Star game because he also hit 328. He has been unbelievable. Joe Girardi inserted him in the 3 spot. He's been that good.
Yankees, though, just 2-8 in their last 10 ball games. So Mark and I see on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. As you know, it is first base theme night tonight, so tap of the cap for our producer, Jason Lewis, doing a great job. But we're going to have that instructional you did in the pregame show with Will Myers, so we're looking forward to seeing that again. So kids, coaches, make sure you gather around, check that out. Also, you'll hear from your manager, Andy Green. Now let's get you back up to the booth. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant.
All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much as we play along here to the 8th inning on this first base theme night. And Miguel Cabrera making his way out. He will be batting second in this inning. A new pitcher on for the Padres, Kirby Yates, checks in. Third arm used tonight by Andy Green into his 24th game of the year. Number is between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Padres. As he deals here with Alex Avila, who leads it off for the Tigers in the 8th. Avila with a double back in the 4th inning, a 1-for-3 night. Tigers catcher leading it off here in the 8th inning. Padres shifting on him. So Phil Maton worked an inning, gave up 2 hits and an inherited run to score. Struck out a batter. Run was charged to Lamet, who is on the hook technically for this game. It's 3-2. Tigers on top as they bat here in the 8th. Up and away for a ball, 2-0. There's Cabrera waiting on deck, and J.D. Martinez expected here in the 8th. Swinging a foul tip held onto by Hedges. 95 from Kirby Yates.
I was going to say Kirby Yates, some good fuzz tonight at 95. We talked about in our pregame show how well this bullpen did, especially last night in a 1-run game. Buchter, Hand, Maurer last night.
Seen Maton and Yates so far tonight.
Pretty good trifecta the Padres got going in that situation when they got the lead. Buchter, Hand, Maurer, wouldn't you say so?
Oh, definitely. No doubt about it. I think it's the strength of this team.
Yep.
Swing and a miss. Yates battling back here, full count. Yates pitching very well at home at Petco Park, a 0.82 earned run average, 1 earned run, and 11 innings pitched so far as a Padre. Sprayed foul off to the left.
This week on Padres POV presented by Nissan, we head to the bullpen with Matt Caesar to check out his artwork of Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn. That's tonight after Padres Live.
Shift on and through. The shift into right field. A base hit for Avila. His second hit of the night for the Tigers.
That ball had to be hit hard to get through. I mean, when you're shifting on the right side there, you've got the first baseman, you've got the guy shifting, you've got the other infielder in your second base. Take a look. Now, this guy right there, you're playing deep, so you got more range, but still that ball hit hard enough to beat that shift.
So lead runner on here for the Tigers in the 8th. Looking to grab some insurance here in the 8th inning. It's been a quiet night for Miguel Cabrera, 0 for 3. Fly ball down the right field line. Renfroe towards the line to make the catch for out number 1 of the 8th inning.
Did you notice something about Miguel Cabrera hitting the ball in the air? What have you noticed?
I think I've noticed that this is not the same Miguel Cabrera that we've seen in the past, numbers-wise, no doubt about it. But they said that his back's been a problem, his hip's been a problem, and not the same guy right now.
Not to the pull side, right? The fly balls have
been going the other
way.
way.
Right field, right center field. Hit before this series, he hit an opposite field home run. I mean, it was to center, but it was more towards right center home run in at Safeco. And then the fly balls he's hit here have been to right center. And let's face it, Miguel Cabrera's had one heck of a career, right? That ball's in. I mean, when he's going well and feeling good, does he pull that ball? Maybe. I mean, we know his strength is going the opposite way at times, but
he's a guy who's got power to all field.
Yeah. Back, hip.
Fly ball, center field. Back goes Cordero. He'll have room. Now he can come forward. 2 down. One thing we've learned about Frenchy Cordero, he plays a pretty shallow center field, but because he can go back on the ball so well, and it's back there without a problem. 8 putouts in this game out there in center field. He's been busy. So 2 down here in the 8th, and it brings up Justin Upton. Fly out to center, walk, doubled, and has scored 2 of the 3 runs the Tigers have in the game. Play day baseball here tomorrow. Finale of the series against the Tigers. Jumps back out of the way of the 97 on our fastball from the 8th.
I think that's the highest he's touched, right?
I can't remember another time.
Nope. Feeling froggy tonight.
As you said, he's got good fuzz.
Yep. If you're a fan of all sports, how fun would it be to go to an autograph session to where you get players' autographs of Daniel Stumpf, Ryan Schimpf, and Detlef Schrempf? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, it would. Might be tough figuring out who's who. Swing and a miss, and Yates battles back very nicely after leadoff single. Into the bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Tigers. to them. Your San Diego Honda dealers bring you the keys of the game. And Mark Grant, what do you got?
Donnie, I've got score first since it's a first baseman's theme game tonight. Padres took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And if at first you don't succeed, try again. Scored second run in the 6th inning. They need more. It's getting late. Good opportunity here in this half of the inning for the Friar.
New pitcher into the game is Shane Green. Third arm used tonight by Brad Osmus. Now remember, their closer is no longer with his team. A-Rod released yesterday and not part of this end of the game. It'll be interesting to see how the Tigers do this with a 1-run lead. It'll be 7th appearance for Shane Green.
'37th game for Green. And I'm guessing, Don, that there are high leverage guys and not so high leverage guys, right? So Brad Osmus going to who he feel might have the hot hand.
Eric Ibar pinch hitting.
He throws a sinker. He'll mix in a 4-seamer once in a while, a slider and a cut fastball from Shane Green.
Fouled off to the left out of play. Ibar pinch hitting here for Chase Darno. And Hector Sanchez come out on deck to pinch it in the pitcher's spot for Kirby Yates. Highest bullpen ERA this year. Some hope for the Padres. 5.16 earned run average for the Tigers. The Padres into that pen here to begin the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, and in this losing streak the Tigers have been having, right? The 7-game losing streak. It's above 7.5. For the bullpen.
Tough to watch for Brad Osmus, no doubt. Maybe 7, but missing. A little bit down for Shane Green. That is ball 4. It gets away from Avila, and Ibar will be headed down to first base. Lead-off walk to begin things here in the bottom of the 8th. The last thing Shane Green wanted to do. And you got Hector Sanchez, pinch hitter, coming up. Sanchez coming off the DL with a right foot contusion. Played 6 games with El Paso, now back with the Padres again.
Well, the walk for Green can be an issue because a little high on the walks for the reliever going into this game. 35 innings. That is now his 17th walk.
Sanchez taking a good long look down there at Glenn Hoffman in the third base coach's box. Ibar at first. Nobody out here. Last of the 8th. Padres trailing by a run. High drive to right field for Sanchez. Back goes Martinez at the wall. Hector Sanchez has hit a 2-run home run to put the Padres on top 4-3 with 1 swing of the bat. pinch hit, 2-run home run for Hector Sanchez.
Hector Sanchez gets extended on the 0-1. He knew it. Oh, that sound. Te amo, Hector Sanchez.
Fourth career pinch hit home run for Sanchez.
That kid brings so much life to this team. It's good to have him back.
Still nobody out here in the 8th inning, and Jose Perella waiting on a 1-0. Now liner to right. Martinez coming in to make the catch. Sharply hit, but in the neighborhood of J.D. Martinez in right.
Don, you know as well as anybody, there are home runs and then there are home runs. Down late, coming off the bench. That's exciting baseball right there.
Now the Padres have taken the lead here in the 8th inning. Tigers bullpen has failed them again.
How exciting is that?
That's pretty awesome.
It is.
Now started with a walk by Ibar. First pinch hitter that Andy Green sent up there. Followed up by Sanchez with a 2-run home run. Carlos Wahe. Liner here the other way into left field for a base hit. Wahe with his second hit of the night. He had doubled back in the first inning. Now a single here in the 8th.
Nice job going the opposite right there by Carlos. Going the opposite way. Two-seamer. Stays on it nicely. Stays back. Lets the ball travel.
So Rich Doobie headed to the mound here, the pitching coach for the Tigers. Get some more action in the pen. Alex Wilson warming up. Shane Green has relinquished the lead here on a 2-run home run by Hector Sanchez. Well, Myers looking to do more damage. 0 for 2 with a sac fly.
Wouldn't hurt to hit another one. And a first baseman themed game night tonight, right? Why not have Will Myers tack on some more?
Sac fly back in the 6th inning. Got his 38th RBI of the year. In the dirt, 2-0. Toward the first, and back to the bag is Wahe. Held on over there by Miguel Cabrera. Look out. Myers almost ducked into that. 93-mile-an-hour fastball inside.
Two-seamer. Yeah, get those hands in.
Already seen that tonight. Alan Cordova leaving the game. Contusion on his left hand. Ball 4, and another walk allowed by Shane Green, second of the inning. He's getting a look at that home run by Hector Sanchez.
Green misses big time. He wanted that down and away. That's 95 outer third and some great extension.
Brad Ausmus going out to make a change here. Shane Green will be leaving. He has relinquished the lead, giving up that 2-run home run. And he'll be leaving this game. Padres have a 4-3 lead. Pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. One home run, a pinch hit, 2-run shot. 4th career pinch hit home run for Hector, and they're still enjoying it in the dugout right now. 4th pitcher of the night for Brad Ausmus into the game. It's Alex Wilson now trying to shut the door on any more scoring for the Padres.
Well, Alex Wilson into his 34th game. He throws a 2-seam, 4-seam cutter, and a slider. And you know what, Don? Quite honest with you, exactly what the Padres want to do is to have the Detroit Tigers saying to themselves, here we go again. They've lost 7 in a row. The bullpen has failed them. And they, quite honestly, I think one more run would be nice to have going into the 9th.
Well, the closer carousel, we were talking a little bit about it. Francisco Rodriguez released yesterday by the organization. He'd been 7 out of 13. Justin Wilson 5 out of 6. And Alex Wilson, who's now in the game, 2 out of 5. Right now, trying to keep it a 1-run deficit for his club. Hunter Renfroe bats with 2 on. And it's in the dirt. Avila able to block it nicely. Still only 1 out of the inning. That was a sharply hit ball by Perella. Line to J.D. Martinez in right field. Renfroe 0 for 3 in the game tonight. That is Wahe at second. Myers at first. Two and 0. Anibal Sanchez started this game, gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. No longer part of the decision. That'll drop in there for strike 1.
Hunter likes that ball down and in. He's crushed some pitches this year for home runs, particularly off-speed pitches down and in. That looked like a 2-seam fastball in that general area.
Outside, 3-1. Full count now. Wilson able to get the fastball in there. Payoff pitch to Renfroe. Will have to wait. Wilson spiraling off the backside of the mound. Ross Wilson, 30 years old, part of a deal that saw Yoenis Cespedes go to the Tigers in exchange for Rick Porcello. He was part of that deal. Porcello going to Boston. Fouled back to our right. Wahe at second, Myers at first, 1 out. Ball 4, and he walks in to load the bases. So Wilson comes in and walks the first batter that he faces. That's the 3rd walk given up by Tigers pitching in the inning.
Hey, make it hurt.
Chance here for Corey Spangenberg to do some damage, give the Padres some breathing room. Career .500 hitter with the bases loaded. No grand slams to his credit. To right field. J.D. Martinez isn't going to get there. It drops in. Wahe scores. Here comes Myers. Throw is cut off. Padres tack on 2 more. 6-3 San Diego, and it's Corey Spangenberg who drives in 2.
Breaking ball, and Corey is quick to that breaking ball. Speeds his bat a little bit, and sometimes not hitting on the sweet spot works to your advantage. Boy, what a good sign. Taking advantage of the walks. The Padres adding on here in the 8th. Alan Zinter, yeah, you bet. He's proud of his students.
8th member of the Padres to bat here in the 8th inning is Austin Hedges. Chopped down the 3rd baseline, foul. Renfroe at third, Spangenberg at first. 4 runs in here in the 8th. Hedges dropping the bunt down, safety squeeze, and scoring from third base is Hunter Renfroe. Heading to third is Spangenberg. And reaching at first is Austin Hedges. It's 7-3 San Diego. Renfroe is not coming initially, so not a suicide squeeze, but the safety squeeze gets him in.
One of the better ways to tack on a run, perfectly executed. Did you see that ball was touched by the pitcher in fair territory? It goes foul, and that's a run, another run. Busting it open here in the bottom of the 8th.
So it's been a 5-run inning. 4 of the runs charged to Shane Green, who started this inning. He went a third of an inning. 2 hits, 4 runs. Walked 2, didn't strike anybody out. That run was charged to Alex Wilson, who's now responsible for the runners at first and third. And here is Franchi Cordero. 0 for 3 on the night. 9th member of the Padres to bat here in the 8th inning. Sanchez, the starter, pitched very well. 6 innings, allowing only 2 runs. Then his stump went a shutout inning, but a combination of Shane Green and Alex Wilson have not had success. Padres have gotten to this Tigers bullpen, a beleaguered pen at that. Trying to bunt here, and that one hits him. That one got him on the hand. And Osmus coming out here, and we'll see if they want to challenge this. Did he offer at it, I guess, is the question on the bunt, too.
Yes, that is the question. That's a strike. They're going to say he went. His hand is part of the bat. He's offering at it. Even though the ball hits his hand, he is offering at it. That's a strike. It's a foul ball. Runners go back.
First and third still here. Swing and a miss. And Cordero strikes out. So that is out number 2 of the inning. Painful out for him as he's hit on the hand while trying to bunt. Padres have batted around here. Mark Ibar is the guy that got it started with a walk to begin this inning.
How about Hector Sanchez? Call him the igniter. He ignited this crowd. One swing of the bat, put the Padres on top. Since then, they have caught fire and added on big time. Big time. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
First and third. Spangenberg at third, Hedges at first. Strike 1. Gotta give Ibar some credit too with the walk that got this all started. Pinch hitting here to begin the inning. Rip foul into the seats.
Yankees 8-1 losers in the Bronx. Visiting Rangers taking care of these pinstripers. On the south side of Chicago, Oakland 10-2 winners over the White Sox. Cubs over the Marlins 5-3 from South Florida. And in the division, the Mets beat the Giants 5-2.
Outside, taking off was Hedges, and he will take second base.
Nobody was covering. Nobody broke.
That's a stolen base for Austin Hedges. Not only a base hit and RBI in this inning, but now a stolen base. Pitch down and in. Second and third with 2 down in the inning. Line down the right field line. It will fall foul. So close as it was headed down that right field line and driving in 2 more runs.
You know what's nice about this game, Don?
What's that?
Is that when the Padres had the 1-run lead, they got Mauer up. He was getting ready to go. Now he can sit down. Craig Stammen is there. You don't have to use your closer tonight. Save him for tomorrow.
In there for strike 3, and that will end the inning. But what an inning it was. Padres score 5 times. A big pinch hit, 2-run home run for Hector Sanchez gave them the lead. They just kept on going. 7-3 San Diego. And Hector Sanchez with a 2-run home run pinch hit to give the Padres a 4-3 lead. They would tack on 3 more. But what a huge home run.
That ignited everybody in the ballpark. And that is some reception there in the dugout for Hector Sanchez. Glad to have you back.
Your pitcher for the Padres, Craig Stammen, 4th arm used tonight.
Got some breathing room. Brandon Maurer can take a seat, and Craig in for his 26th game. He's wearing the hard hat, bringing the lunch pail, going to work.
Maurer is still warming out there in the pen as the inning starts.
In case they get some base runners.
Nicholas Castellanos leading it off here for the Tigers in the ninth. Castellanos has struck out. He has grounded out, and last time up, single. Fooled on the slider. Down 1-2. Eric Ibar stays in the game at shortstop for the Padres. Matt Caesar has taken over in left field. So that's a night for Jose Perella. That was close, just missed the outside corner. Greg Stammen trying to finish it off tonight for the Padres. Full count now. $31,749 on hand tonight. 31,749 for game 2 of the 3-game series between the Padres and the Tigers. Tomorrow we'll play day baseball in the finale of this series. Grounder, Stammen with a nice pick at the top of the hill. Fires to first for out number 1 of the ninth. Nice play by the Padres pitcher. Never easy when you get a back pedal up over the mound like that. He went back.
Well, he is the best athlete on the field. Remember that one play he made behind the back? He's making this one look easy as well. And a closer look. Oh, hum.
One down in the ninth inning. Andrew Romine now the batter. Tried to hold up, could not.
Sorry about the Cinco and the Ocho. Five in the eighth.
Fly ball headed out towards left field. That's where Matt Caesar is. 2 down. Time now for the Bill Howe play of the game. Corey Spangenberg giving the Padres more breathing room. Bases loaded with drive in 2 with his base hit to right field. All part of that last of the 8th.
Boy, so many Padres this evening contributing late. You know, the 1 run in the 3rd inning that Cordoba scored, thanks to the error. But the bats coming alive and the patient eyes of these Padres paying off late.
Jose Iglesias down on the count 0-1.
Taking some walks, putting the ball in play.
Fouls it off himself and down he goes.
Oh, that'll hurt.
Already wearing that protective shin guard.
Oh, that's a shin burger with cheese. That might even be a double. You know what that's like?
No, thankfully I don't.
Going out to your garage.
Grab a hammer.
Into your dad's toolbox. Grabbing a hammer and smoking yourself in the shin.
The 0-2 pitch is outside. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and the Padres win. A come from behind victory tonight for San Diego. as the Padres win 7-3. They win this series against the Tigers. That is the 8th loss in a row now for the Detroit Tigers, as the Padres, with a good feeling tonight, a big 2-run shot for Hector Sanchez. What's in store, Mike Pomeranz?
Well, we're going to have to talk with Hector Sanchez now, aren't we? Great to see him come in that pinch hitting role. Also, we're going to recap our night as we focus on first base and some history made in Chicago. Plus, you'll hear from Andy Green. So a full slate coming up.